For you guys that know me personally, and maybe you guys who don't know me personally, I've said several times that I work in the music industry, and I know a lot about just music in general. I've been someone who has been basically a fan and someone who loves the culture of hip hop since I've been in Pampers. It's just always been a passion of mine. And brief little story. I got myself an internship, bust my ass off for about a year and a half, almost close to 2 years, and I was able to break into that side of the business. But what I really want to focus on this video, which is reason why I'm doing this video, because I do have a passion for hip hop and just music in general. But I've been noticing a lot of rap artists are somewhat capitalizing off of this Trayvon Martin case. And what I mean by that is I've been seeing a lot of little songs out of rappers talking about the Trayvon Martin case. Now, I'm not saying there's something wrong with speaking about it in a song. I think that's great. But where you guys, when other issues are going on, why aren't these things being talked about in your music? Now, again, excuse me, I've said in previous videos that every artist doesn't want to be political. Every artist doesn't want to make club music. Every artist doesn't want to be on that ladies man LL Cool J type of shit. So every artist is different in their own ways. But part of the early years of hip hop and why this culture was started was for it to be a voice for the young generation, for us to speak about things that we deal with, whether it was from police brutality, whether it's from racism, whether it was from corruption from in the government, and on and on. It was a way for us to voice our opinions and get our thoughts and tell everybody around the world what was going on in our communities. And I know a lot of groups like NWA, a lot of times they get a lot of slack because people say, oh well, they promoted killing another black man and all that stuff. And to a certain extent, I get what people say with that, but they were political also. They were speaking about things that were going on in LA, and me being someone who spent a large part of my childhood in LA, a lot of stuff they were talking about is truthful to the T. And they try to go other routes with it, but I'm not going to take that away from them because they did speak for black folks, and not just black folks but Hispanics too, that were living in LA, that were suffering those type of conditions. So I just wanted to put that out there when we talk about a group like NWA. But on to the topic still, there's a lot of artists out here who are making these songs that don't say anything about the issues that we deal with on a regular basis. Why is it that a case has to get worldwide, national media coverage for a lot of these artists to come out and start speaking about things like this? Hip hop is the culture that determines what's cool. From the wardrobe, from the language, the slang, everything down to a T. Everybody copies what black folks do. They love our culture. They love our style. They just don't want to be black. And it puzzles me, and I think it's kind of wrong when we have rappers out here who talk about bullshit, all the time. Whether it's slanging drugs, killing another black man, I'll slap this bitch right here or whatever. Just basically talking about bullshit, pretty much on every single record that they make. But when something gets worldwide national coverage, you want to hop on the Trayvon Martin case, like, oh yeah, let me try to capitalize on this. Let me make a quick little song. My career is kind of in the downslide right now. Let me make a song about Trayvon Martin to get everybody listening to me again, get the attention back on me. Like, hey, look at me, I'm doing something positive. And that's what a lot of these artists are doing out here. And me working in the industry, I voice my opinion a lot of what goes on. But at the same time, I have to do my job and not always look at things from a biased point of view, because like I said, all artists are not the same. I think that's what makes us artists, is that we all are individually different. We all come from different perspectives and everything. So that's what makes a true artist. Although a lot of artists nowadays are just recycling things. You know, whatever hot, that's what they want to do. You know, if Chief Keef is hot, everybody want to be like Chief Keef. If what J. Cole is doing is hot right now, everybody wants to be like J. Cole. So that's the type of generation we live in right now. But you know, and speaking of Chief Keef, he made a song on Trayvon Martin, which I laugh, you know, because we all know the type of stuff that comes out of Chief Keef's mouth. You know, this is a guy that laughed at, you know, another dude's murder. Now, you know, whether he was involved in that or whatever, I'm not even going to get into that. But just the simple fact that you laugh at another dude being murdered, you know, that just shows you where his mindset was at. And, you know, a lot of the ignorant things that Chief Keef said and this whole attitude and kind of like you can't tell me shit type of vibe. And that's always been Chief Keef's demeanor since he stepped onto the scene. But he made a song about Trayvon Martin. And, you know, I thought that was ridiculous because it's like, dude, you talk about killing people, you know, I shoot a nigga in the head, all kind of shit. But then you try to come back and play both sides. You know, like his little song I don't like when you're talking about playing both sides. You playing both sides and trying to act like you have a concern about the Trayvon Martin case when really you don't give a damn. If this case never got national news, how many of these rappers will be making songs about the Trayvon Martin case or his injustice? None of them. So, you know, we really have to think about, you know, artists that do this and should we really support them. You know, and you know, there's artists out there that do speak about things that are going on a consistent basis, like you know, Common, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Jean Grey. There's a lot of, you know, artists out there that do speak on, you know, productive. Not necessarily, I'm not gonna say productive because, like I said, everybody has the right to do what they want to do, but they speak on issues that are going on, you know, right here in reality, not, you know, basically trying to make the consumer feel less than because they don't have the money that this particular rapper has, or you don't have the type of house I have, or the ladies are not after you like they are after me, which a lot of these guys wouldn't have none of these females on them, you know, if they didn't have that type of salary. But, you know, it's just, it's sad. You know, we really have to stop supporting these artists who play both sides. You know, you're going to be ignorant in your music, be ignorant. At least I know where you coming from. And that's up to me as a consumer and as someone who loves hip-hop to support you or not support you. You know, so I mean, that's just all I want to say. But for these artists out here that's trying to capitalize on this young man's death, y'all got to cut that shit out because it's not cool and it's not funny. Because if your son or daughter died in a tragic way and didn't get justice, you wouldn't want people out here who really don't give a damn making songs about your son or daughter when really they don't care. They're just trying to capitalize off of the moment and off of the situation. So, you know, that's basically what I wanted to say. But, you know, we really got to stop doing this. You know, don't take this young man's death and try to capitalize off of it. Stick to that bullshit you do. And for the artists that, you know, do speak about issues that we deal with within the black community or just us in general as people in the world, keep doing your thing. But it's important not to play both sides. But I'm out, y'all. Peace.